Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Since one of your classmates has requested to record a video that explain what do you need to do on the second case study. The second case study is something that you need to be creative. You need to enjoy it, and you need to have a big imagination. What does a second case study says? It says that the goal of this is to enhance the understanding of what is business process mean. So we need to cover the business process in chapter 5, which we covered already in chapter 5, the business objective, controls, and relationship between these three. So we will go step by step. So this first step says create a fiction business. So imagine that you are one day you will open a business. What a business you want to open? Are you going to open a business in fashion? Are you going to open a restaurant? What are you planning to do in the future? Try to create some fiction business. For example, let's say that you want to open a business in a fashion. So first, give your business a name. For example, it's the elegant fashion. For example, the elegant fashion or the elegant. I will name my business as the elegant. What is my objective? I will say my first objective is to produce a very elegant clothes. And then when I choose these objectives, I need to classify them. And we have 4 classification: either operation, either reporting, either compliance. So I need to classify this objective. So I will say my objection of producing an elegant clothes is operation object. So you need to have 6 objectives, not only one. So I need to make a profit. So, and the profit is considered as which kind or which classification of the objective, and so on. So you need 6 objective of your business. This is worth 1 mark. The second step is define 3 processes of your business and select which one of these processes is the main process. For example, you have an HR. I want to hire the perfect designer. This will be in the HR process. Also, one of the process is to produce the clothes. So which one is my main process? You need to choose it. The rest of the steps we will focus on the main process. What's the main process really about? And the second other process you will just mention them here, and they will have no relationship with the other steps. So when you select the main process, state the activity included in the main process. For example, producing the elegant clothes. It's start with designing, and then. So you need to be creative. I don't want to give you an example to give you a space to be creative. So when you put the activities, they must be in order. You don't like start with design and selling and then producing. This is not an order, it's not a regular order. So when you satisfy the activities, you need to put them in order. Then using the sample explained in chapter 5, let's see these samples. You need to draw the steps. For example, design. You don't need to write everything in the mapping. you just like, for example, design, you will put it either here or here or here or here, and then you depict the whole process or the whole main process. Here you state the activity of the main process only, and you put them in order, and you depict only the main process. For step 3, you will explain the main process. What is the key objective of the main process? So you need to satisfy, or you need to have 3 process objective of this process, of the main process. And then step 4, you need to identify 6 risks that's surrounding this main process, producing the elegant design. What are 6 risks that surrounding these or surrounding producing an elegant, or the process of producing an elegant clothes? What are the 6 risks? And then you need to after you identifying, you need to assess them, you need to identify them through the generic risk module. And here it says 6 risk. What is the risk? Generic risk module is this one. So this module or this exhibit, you will not be able to use it. So you need to create something that is close to it, okay? Like you draw a schedule, and then you put it strategic, complying, reporting, operation. I don't need 6 in each of them. No, I need only 6 risk, whether they are here or here or here or here. So I only need 6 risks. And then you go through step 5. What step 5 says? Assess the risk selecting in this step in terms of impact and likelihood using the risk assessment module. Let's go and see what is the risk assessment module. Is here. This is the risk assessment module. So, for example, you says losing money, for example. So, losing money, the risk. You need first, I want to remind you, losing money, it's not a good example. I just give you this example to not limit your imagination and creativity. So identifying you need to have 6 risks that surrounding the main process, and then you have this risk, the risk you have identified, you need to put them here. So the first risk, is it will probably happen, it will probably not happen, or will certainly happen. Okay, so you need to put them here. And if it's happened, is it extreme? Is it high? Is it medium? Is it low? Is it not worth mention? So you need to have these risks that you have identified, you need to put them in this module. And when you put them in this module, you need to explain why. For example, why you choose a medium for the impact, and for the likelihood you choose a possible. I need you to have an explanation. And this is very important step. This is one of the most important steps. Then you go to step 6. After you have done this assessment, then you need to sort these 6 risks, the importance of this. Is it critical? Or is it high? Is it moderate? Or is it low? And then you move to step 7. Step 7, you need to link the risk, the risk that you have identify here, assess here, and determine the importance of it here. You need to link this risk with the specific objective that you have identified in step 3. In this one, you have identified 3 process objectives. So the risk that you determine the importance of this risk, you need to have link with this risk with this objective. Okay. So to use it, it's good to use the critical matrix, objective and critical matrix that is provided in this chapter. This one, you put the critical risk here, the sixth one. You have identified. You put the goal or the objective of the process, and then you mark some of these, for example, like this. Okay. Then you go through step 8. Step 8 says develop appropriate response to the risk selected in step 4. So this is this step is not something the internal auditor will do. It's something the internal auditor will evaluate. However, we need to do this step in order to complete the others. So, for example, losing money. This is a risk. What should your business do, or what you should build into your business to limit the impact of this risk if it's happened, or at least limit the possibility of being happening. Step 9, it says after you select or develop a response, assess this response you have selected. Is it enough? Is it good? How you want to assess it? Using, you need to, after you assess it, you need to use this exhibit, and this exhibit is very important exhibit. So after you assess the response in step 8, in step 9, you need to assess the response. Is it enough? Is it not? So now in step 10, you need to place, for example, you have assessed the risk that it's very high or in step 4, or in step, in step 6, you have identified that risk 1 is very important, and in step 9 you have selected that the control or the response, it's very effective. So risk significant is very important, and the control effectiveness is very effective. So you place it here. Otherwise, you place it in anywhere here. And then in step 11, based on this assessment, you need to select which of these risks, the 6 risks you selected, which one is that appropriately balanced, and which one is not appropriately balanced, and which one that is over control. And you can remember them from my explanation. The one between these two lines will be appropriately balanced. Here will be not appropriately balanced, and here they are over control. So after you have this assessment, you need to classify the 6 risk and the 6 risk response here. This is the end of the second case study explanation. If you have any questions, please email me. I hope you enjoy it, and please be creative.